This Sportsnet Central update is presented by Drayton Resort and Casino.
Grant Liftman's Hawks taking on the New York Knicks with the trip to Vegas on the line at Madison Square Garden at hideous orange court. But Trae Young, he's been on a heater third quarter. Hawks trail by 1, and look at Trae pulling up from 30 feet out and drains it. He loves the Garden. He loves playing there. He's had some really good games, including the playoff series win against the New York Knicks later in the third.
Ooh.
Hawks up 7.
He's a good player.
DeAndre Hunter coming off the bench. He's a really good player. He fills up the stat sheet.
Ooh. Hey, find the big fella.
Man, Trae Young, 22 points, 11 assists, 5 rebounds. DeAndre Hunter, 24 points.
Shooting dice on the logo?
He's about to hit the craps tables. Look at that.
We off to Vegas, baby. We talk about celebrations before the game.
That's a
new one.
I like that.
We got another one.
As we look at the Emirates NBA Cup bracket, Hawks heading to Las Vegas. They're going to take on the Milwaukee Bucks in one semifinal, and the Houston Rockets, they advance, beating the Golden State Warriors. They'll take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. So you get the Thunder and Rockets on one side, the Bucks and Hawks on the other side. And a pretty good Final Four here. But the Warriors miss a chance to go to Las Vegas, so they will head back home to take on Klay Thompson once again, round number 2.
Bonte, I was really looking forward to finding out if we were going to get a bonus if the Warriors won the NBA Cup. So that
you want me to let you know something?
My dreams are dashed.
You weren't.
Well, I wanted to find out for myself when we got there. Okay, I wanted to find out when we got there. But tonight, I mean, this game right here, you're playing against the Houston Rockets. This is a young athletic team. You know that they were trying to break this record. They were really motivated, and you can see in the way they play defense. Very energetic. They were pressuring the Warriors, pushing them all the way outside of the three-point line. And for a lot of the game, like those first and fourth quarters, the Warriors just played outside the three-point line. When they had success was when they went inside. Whether it's Jonathan Kuminga driving inside, whether it was post-up for split cuts, there were times when guys didn't cut, and when they finally did, they were wide open underneath the rim. So these are things that the Warriors need to adjust to more faster during the game, and then taking care of the ball is just going to be the story of the Warriors so far.
Yeah, I think post-game that's going to be the topic of discussion, and before they play Dallas, is, once again taking care of the basketball, which they've overall done a good job. They were like 14th in the league coming in tonight, so that's a good number for them. But they had 14 at halftime.
Yep.
And that put them, didn't let them create any separation whatsoever. And then for the Rockets, look, I mean, they're not big numbers, but fast break points, 12-8, plus 4 for the Rockets. Second chance points, 12-9. And then, of course, the points off turnovers, plus 12, 30-18. So all the hustle points go to Houston on a night where they couldn't really make a shot. It's a 91-90 game. So you give a team a third of their points on turnovers. I mean, there's not much else to talk about.
They made their free throws count. I know the Warriors only had 9 attempts, but they go 4 of 9. JK 2 of 6 there from the free throw line. So that is a -5 there from the free throw line. Well, that counts in a 1-point game.
That's been a consistent number.
Yep.
The Warriors are 30th in the league, and they've been there all season long.
Yep.
And that's a number, much like some individual players' efficiency numbers have to climb up. The free throws have to get up. They got to get up to the middle of the pack, because what winds up happening is, maybe that's one of the reasons they're not attacking the paint as much. Players, if they're not making their free throws, they're reluctant to go there, which makes them less aggressive.
All right, fellas, we're not working on Saturday. We're working on Sunday, because the Warriors will host Klay Thompson.
Klay Day!
That might have been the best game of the year.
It might have been.
Last time they played Dallas.
It was absolutely
so
phenomenal.
Put your seatbelt on. It's a good consolation prize.
No doubt. And you get 3 days of rest. So I know the Warriors are not bad
Look
at all.
on the bright side. Fezzy Fell always does.
4:30 to get live from the Gatehouse in Thrive City. Then the post-game immediately following the game. Maybe you get your Captain Klay House out. But let's hear from Steve Kerr, who was running hot down in Houston.
I've never seen a loose ball foul on a jump ball situation 80 feet from the basket with the game on the line. I've never seen that. I think I saw it in college one time, 30 years ago. Never seen it in the NBA. That is, unconscionable. I don't even understand what just happened. Loose ball, diving on the floor, 80 feet from the basket, and you're going to give a guy 2 free throws to decide the game when people are scrambling for the ball. Just give them a timeout. Give them a timeout and let the players decide the game. That's how you officiate, especially because the game was a complete wrestling match. They didn't call anything. Steph Curry got hit on the elbow plain as day on a jump shot, just clubbed right on there, no call. So you've established you're just not going to call anything throughout the game. It's a physical game. We're going to call a loose ball foul on a jump ball situation with guys diving on the floor with the game on the line. This is a billion-dollar industry. You got people's jobs on the line. I am stunned. I am stunned. I give the Rockets credit. They battled back. They played great defense all night. But I feel for our guys. Our guys battled back, played their asses off, and deserved to win that game, or at least have a chance for one stop at the end to finish the game. And that was taken from us by a call that I don't think an elementary school referee would have made, because that guy would have had feel and said, you know what, I'm not going to decide a game on a loose ball 80 feet from the basket.
I know you had a challenge. You obviously only had one timeout left. Did you think about the challenge?
No. It wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been reversed. And I needed to save it, for the ensuing play.
You obviously blew a 6-point lead in the final 77
Yeah.
seconds. That was obviously the punctuation.
It's our fault. Yeah.
What went wrong?
We didn't score. We had a turnover on the pass from Draymond to JK. We had done a great job taking care of the ball after that first, quarter and a half. That was a disaster. And, Trey's got to make a good decision there. And he took a chance throwing it to JK. He's got to just get the ball back to Steph on that. And he knows. He feels terrible in there. I could have done a better job getting us into something different, try to free up Steph or JK. So we all take it. We all took part in this one.
I think you guys had 6 shot clock violations tonight. How much of that, obviously, Rockets have a really, really good defense, but how much was it defense versus you guys finding?
It was defense. Their defense was great. Pressured us all game. I think 4 of them were in the first half, and we couldn't get free. And then we got control of the game in the second half, did a really good job of taking care of it and bouncing back and doing some nice things, but we didn't close, bottom line.
What was the difference in the third quarter? Seemed to get Buddy going there.
Just took care of the ball, got organized.
Any benefit to not playing until Sunday? 3 days off has been a pretty frenetic schedule.
I'm not ready to answer that question. I'm pissed off. I wanted to go to Las Vegas. We wanted to win this cup, and we aren't going because of a loose ball foul 80 feet from the basket with the game on the line. I've never seen anything like it in my life, and that was ridiculous. Thank you.
Oh, that was Steve Kerr, presented by our great friends at BMW. And I told you guys, he was running hot. He's pissed off. Cost him a trip to Vegas. And we touched on this in the opening block of the show. Look, the Warriors committed 22 turnovers. They didn't shoot the ball well. Shot clock violations galore. But also the referees kind of dictated the tempo with the physicality that they allowed. And as Millie mentioned, Fezzi, wasn't really physical. It was just blatant fouls. We saw the Steph play. It was like, wait, that's not a foul? And you see Steph adamant about something. And Kerr, it was obvious. So I thought the referees kind of lost control of the flow of the game there. And look, again, the referees didn't cost the Warriors a win. But they did dictate how the game was played. And to call that foul at the end of the game after everything we saw transpire the first 47 minutes, it was a shocker.
Well, yeah, I mean, to start a game, the referees, they tell you early in the game how the game is going to be called, whatever that flow is. Is this going to be a physical game or not? I think the Warriors adjusted well to that after the first half, especially after that first quarter, where the Houston Rockets were the aggressors. They were getting the Warriors turned over. They came into the second half, and they were the aggressors. The Warriors were. And this play right here is so tough because after a game of fouls not called and, guys, really a lot of bodies flying all over the floors, it was tough that at the end of the game, this is what it's called and this is what it came down to.
I found it interesting that Steve said it wouldn't have gotten overturned. So there actually probably was a foul on the play, and there's fouls on every play that they can call. Tonight they were calling nothing. So to me, as you mentioned, Bonte, when it sticks out, Steph gets blatantly hit. He's not going to miss a shot at that. And you can see on the replay, he got hit on the forearm, not the wrist, not the hand. So when you let all that stuff go, and then all of a sudden to decide the game, you call a foul when you weren't calling them all night long. It's very frustrating. Could have called a jump ball, could have given the timeout, and then let the players decide. And that ultimately is the way the NBA historically is different from college and CYO, that the players decide things. So I think there's a higher standard for the referees in the NBA. And tonight was a tough night for them, no question. And I think we all would have liked to see the Rockets side out of bounds and let them decide the game. Warriors get a stop, they win. Let the players decide that.
Go ahead, FaZe. I got a question for you guys.
All right, can we go glasses half full? Because 22 turnovers, giving up 30 points, only got 84 shots tonight. And all these things going wrong. You didn't get the 15 threes. They only got 22 assists. And all this, and the Warriors still feel like they should have won. So it says a lot about the play. I feel like the Warriors have an ability. They have a next gear. They have a next level they can get to. And when you go back and you watch the film, these are things that you can fix. A lot of teams don't have the ability to fix these things. You just don't have the ability to win these games. But if you can fix these little things, this is a self-cost. I mean, those turnovers, a lot of them, you can look at least half of them and say, you really could have just held this ball or just shot it. Get a shot off.
Let me ask you this, not to cut you off, Fezzi, but Steph shot that with about 11 seconds left. There's about 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Now, it was a great look, and we're not going to tell Steph, hey, don't shoot it. He's the greatest shooter of all time.
Never.
But there was 11 seconds left. Could he have run maybe 5 to 6 seconds more off that clock to where if you do miss it, you get a scramble situation, clock runs out. There was 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
My personal opinion, I think that's a very good point, Bonte. But the Warriors were struggling so much to get any type of look.
I understand.
So all of a sudden, you get a decent look. It's way better than.
It's a great look.
That's a good shot.
Stat.
And
stat.
they were having trouble generating shots.
Really could have got a timeout right there,
My
too.
thing, too, is you want to reward players for hustling. That's not fake hustle. GP2 hit the floor. Several Rockets players hit the floor. Reward both teams for that hustle with a jump ball or a timeout. That's what Steve Kerr is saying. So that's a tough way to end it. It just gives you an empty feeling about the end of the game. Getting back to half glass full Fezzi over here.
That's right, let's go.
I just wish you were in Houston so you could talk to Steve Kerr right now. See how he absorbed that half.
That's all right. He's got a long flight back to cool down. And then get back here.
In Houston right now, and then threw that at Steve right now.
He was in that presser.
Yeah.
No, it looked like he wanted to fight somebody over there. No, I'm gonna let him calm down for a second.
Elementary official wouldn't even make that call.
That would be CYO.
I mean, Park and Rec. Oh man! All right, Let's go ahead and track for success here on Toyota Warriors post-game live, courtesy of our friends at MyFitnessPal.
Ofer?
Less than 14 turnovers. What we got, Bonte?
Yeah, we got 22. We have 14 at the half.
Make a minimum of 15 three-pointers. What we got?
Martin Ferrer, we only have 12.
Okay, all right, maybe win the second chance points. What we got there?
You're -3 that kind of.
Woo! Oh, a tough night.
You know what the Rockets knew? If you hold Buddy Hield on the 18, you win the ball. Buddy Buckets had 15 for like.
Wow.
I know.
Then they locked him down.
They locked him down and said, we can't let him get to 18 or we're not going to Vegas. You know, Dylan Brooks wants to get to that roulette table.
If he gets 17, they win.
Oh, man, we're going to come up.
You got to laugh to keep him crying?
That was a lot, man. That was a lot. All right, Buddy Hield.
But Clay's coming to town, baby.
Clay's coming to town.
Let's go, Captain Clay.
We get 3 days off. Although I wouldn't mind sitting back at home on a football Sunday. But hey, Klay Thompson's not a bad consolation prize.
Great consolation.
Toyota Warriors post-game live.